All right, super pumped for today, guys. No Bricklink, no whatnot, no eBay. It's a personal day. We are going to get after this Islander display today. What's up, everybody? My name is Aaron. I am the Brick Scavenger. Super pumped to finally get started on this Islander project today. If you want to see this thing come together, start to, I don't know how far we'll get today. Stick around. Should be a lot of fun. I have no idea how long this video will be. I figured I'd build for a little while, update you, build for a little while, update, and we'll see where we end up at the end of the day. Should be a lot of fun. Stick around.
This thing starts with two massive Bricklink orders that came in. Just for reference on size, like look at the size of these boxes. They're huge. This is all mostly anyway, MILS plate parts. We've got a ton of MILS plates to make. Oh, this is fancy. Look at this. We've got some rock stuff here. We've got some what I'm going to call wet sand. And then we've got massive amounts of 2x2 bricks to build the MILS plates, and then some, stonework, things like that. So that's one of the Bricklink orders. The other Bricklink order, ooh, what's this? Look at this, some freebies. I didn't order those. That's awesome. Hey, that's fun. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's cool. And then, oh my gosh, look at this. This is 4x4 blue. And, oh my, there's more down here. I don't know what color this is. Maybe black? Or is that no, that's the black. I think I ordered, oh my gosh, I'm going to make a mess. So that's blue. Okay, that's just what is this? What is this? This must just be padding. Okay, that's padding. 4x4 black plates. Okay, that's all padding. And, let's see if I can do this without, green plates. So we've got MILS plates to make for sure. We got to start at like sea level, which obviously is not going to be a MILS plate because I want that to be the lowest possible level. And then it's not as simple as just making like 20 MILS plates, because I gotta kind of wrap the island, around a little bit of a curve to make it look hopefully good. And that means that at least the curved part has to be sea level as well, on the outside, and then MILS plated on the inside. But then even further than that, we're going to have the Islander River wrap through here a little bit. So that part has to be sea level as well. So the MILS plates are a little more complicated than I initially thought. Let's get started on those. A couple things to note right away. Thank goodness I went to the Lego store on that shopping spree day and decided to snag these, because they are coming in use real quick. So this is gonna have to get polished up a little bit, but I'm thinking kind of here's the, the island's, beach line right here. I'm hoping to keep this thing as modular as possible so that in the unfortunate event that this thing has to move, it's not too bad to do. So like each and every one of these pieces is separate. I don't want to overlap things because it would make it an awful lot easier to move if that's the case. So that is one of the things I was thinking as I did this. And then the second thing is I don't have to do MILS plates on these at all. I kind of built this up so that now all of these can get MILS plated, and then these just kind of, will slide into place as part of the beach. That way I don't have to do partial MILS plates. It's actually, these can get fully modularized, and then fully MILSed. And then over here is going to have to be a couple of partial MILS plates as we do the river, but we'll worry about that then. We're going to do 8 MILS plates now. Ay, ay, ay. Two more thoughts as we're building this MILS here. I'm thinking I want this river to actually like dissect the island. I think that'd be a lot of fun, mainly because bridges are fun, and I think Islander kind of like, rope bridges or whatever could look really cool going across. So I have intentionally left kind of a river going through the middle for, that purpose. So we won't, be an elevated river. We've got to keep it, at sea level. And so all of this is going to get MILS plated, but that way the river will be at a lower level. But here's the other thing I wanted to point out. I'm trying to think this all the way through and use as much brown 2x2 just because I have an excess of it for making the MILS plates. But as you're doing it, if I put another brown, here, that means that the border of the river is starting to look like it might be brown, and I don't want that. It's gonna be rocky or blue. So at some point I actually have to switch over to blue 2x2 bricks so that as you're floating through, this is not a brown color. This needs to be, blue or even gray for rocks. So at some point you have to switch from, whatever random color you're using to the color of, the river or the street or whatever. So trying to think that all the way through as I go. Time to do a bunch of plating. Show you how it looks. Still tons of work to be done, but we've got the general idea of an island with a kind of like little river going through it, some grassy area, some beach. This is a big layout. This over here is going to be some rocky terrain. It'll be the entrance to the river. Hopefully it'll be where we put those Ninjago dragon sculptures. And then we'll have, all sorts of tiki islander stuff going on in here. We're going to add some elevation, some rocks, and, obviously tons of work to do. But the basic framework for the base of this thing is in place. I'm getting excited to add, some life to this thing. I'm thinking the next step I'm going to do is work on some kind of rocky shoreline. I want the river to be a little bit kind of rocky, maybe a steep kind of bank. And then obviously over here, where we're going to have these two Ninjago dragons, I want a lot more rock work over here as well. The easiest thing to do, of course, is to use, like gray slopes. But honestly, I've had enough projects going on that this may look like a lot, but it's really not when it comes down to the amount of rock work I want to do. So based on what I kind of learned from building this first Dragon Ninjago structure, I'm actually going to be using a bunch of, stud on the side bricks. And then hopefully what I refer to as a category I call like ship parts. These are parts that generally speaking are used to build ships. Now something like this probably can't be used for a rock, but if you do something like this, vertically, it can be kind of a tall, steep rock. A lot of these kind of, I don't even know what pieces these are called, kind of wedge pieces. I've got a decent amount of these types of pieces in here. And I think we can turn these, into some kind of rock type pieces. I have some inverted slopes, which can help get, steep there. So between all this gray and then some plates, of course, we'll use some plates so that, you can put some of those wedges on there and then, they can go vertical with some of the stud on the side pieces. I think we can probably build some fun rock structures. Let's give that a shot, see where we end up. This Ninjago piece is really tall. And if it's gonna kind of blend into some rocks, I'm gonna need the rest of the exterior rocks to be really tall as well. So I'm trying to do some part saving because making just tall structures in Lego just burns so many parts. So I've created sort of a pseudo, structure surrounding the outside of the islanders here. And then the plan is to put bricks with studs on the side and then just effectively create a wall out of various sloping and ship part pieces. And I think that, this is not completely done, but I think it's gonna kind of look like, the side of a mountain or, the side of a volcanic island when it's all done. We're gonna have to figure out a way to do it on all sides, and it's gonna, take forever to build them all up. But, from a distance, I think this right here, this may work. I used gray on the outside of these, trying to be able to blend some colors and hot, if in case some of it pokes through, you don't see a really weird color. The pink was used on the interior because I'm just, I have a bunch of that stuff left over from another project, and I'm just trying to, use what I've got to go vertical. So we've got the next one of these Ninjago dragons in. The box came in, so I'm going to build that, I don't know, maybe tonight. But it's bigger than I thought. And so I'm envisioning, like canoes coming in here. And then, we're going to have to find a way to drop that down to sea level. But the other one fitting in here, we may have to take some of this out so we've got plenty of room for these two, because I want to be able to see them, right? But overall, that's kind of the plan. I don't know if I love it necessarily, but I'm also kind of taking on a little bit of the challenge of using what I've got. So I think once the top is more polished, that actually I think will look like, a big mountainous structure. We could put some tile on some of the studs to smooth some of that out. I think that would also help as well. But we're starting to run out of time. Kids are coming home from school soon. But this has been a lot of progress on like one day of trying to do this. And hopefully we'll have another one of those built up by the end of the day. Just got to figure out how to drop that thing down. Thank you guys for being here for part 1 of Islander Day. This has been a lot of fun. I really have done nothing to like raise funds or make money today. It's just been about fun. May end up doing this again tomorrow just because I'm enjoying it. We'll see you next time.